It's continuing coverage on NCAA women's basketball of the national championship tonight with the Connecticut Huskies and the Syracuse Orange. Tyler Bradfield on hand, joined by ESPN Bob's Holtzman. Bob, a chance at history night for Connecticut, going for their fourth straight national championship. But if Syracuse wants to hold off on history, what would it take?
Well, I'll tell you, the recipe's there for Syracuse to pull this off if a lot of things fall into place. And what I mean by that is offensively, they shoot a ton of threes. I think they're fifth in the nation in terms of three-pointers taken, more than 30 a game. If those shots fall, maybe they stay in the game. Defensively, they like to put pressure, full court pressure. If they can create some turnovers, which they were best in the nation at, maybe. There's a lot of ifs in there, but it's all there if everything falls into place.
How does Syracuse match up on the interior? Morgan Tuck for Connecticut, they're All-American in the semifinal round game, 21 points in the win over Oregon State. How do they match up on the interior?
Well, the hard part about the interior is when you go against Connecticut, you don't know where the interior is because Morgan Tuck can hit threes and Brianna Stewart can step out and hit threes. So how do you guard them? That's always the challenge. Is you guard them with a big, well, they'll take you outside and shoot. You guard them with somebody who's smaller, they'll post you up. So that's always the challenge for everybody who faces them. You saw what they did the other night to Oregon State.
Alexis Peterson of Syracuse has been outstanding throughout the NCAA tournament, averaging 25 points per game compared to her season average of 16 points per game. Tonight we'll face a very good defender in Mariah Jefferson, Defensive Player of the Year. If Syracuse wants success, how much does it hinge on the point guard spot with Alexis Peterson?
I think a ton. I think that's a great question, and I think when people go against Mariah Jefferson, and I've seen it firsthand over the years, you don't appreciate how quick she is until you get on the court with her. And I think people like Alexis Peterson, they're used to seeing the speed of other point guards. And Mariah Jefferson plays at a whole nother level. I think that may disrupt Syracuse tonight.
The final time that this senior class for Connecticut will ever step on the court, one of the best senior class of all time, where is their spot in history as a trio?
Well, I know that's been the big topic here this weekend, and Gino Auriemma has been asked some version of that question a million times. If they win tonight, and I think everybody expects them to, it'd be hard to argue that there's ever been a senior class like this because nobody's ever won four. And what's amazing to me is that Brianna Stewart walks in the door as a freshman and says, I want to win 4 championships in 4 years, and Gino Auriemma rolls his eyes, but here they are 40 minutes away from doing that.
It's a national championship tonight with Syracuse and Connecticut. Bob Holtzman of ESPN. Bob, what's your role in coverage for tonight?
Well, I'm part of the pregame show. Been doing hits on SportsCenter all day. We'll be doing some one-on-one interviews with players after the game and sort of rooting for a good game, but that's out of my hands.
Well, Bob, appreciate the time. It's been a fabulous week, and enjoy the game yourself.
Thank you, Tyler.
That's Bob Holtzman of ESPN. It's continuing coverage on NCAA women's basketball.